Hey everybody, thought I'd make another video here today. Now, I've always said throughout my videos that I believed that Christianity evolved out of stories of ancient Egyptian mythology concerning their gods, and I just think this is a real cool tie-in between ancient Egyptian myth and Christianity. And this is about Byblos, and I'm just going to read. It said, Byblos was the ancient Phoenician port city of Gebal, called Byblos by the Greeks, on the coast of the Mediterranean Sea in what is today Lebanon. According to the historian Durant, Byblos thought itself the oldest of all cities. The god El had founded it at the beginning of time, and to the end of its history it remained the religious capital of Phoenicia. And to tie it into ancient Egyptian myth, I'm going to skip ahead a little. It says, in the Egyptian myth of Isis and Osiris, Byblos is cited as a city where Isis located the body of her dead husband in the trunk of a tree which had grown around him after his murder by his brother Set. The Phoenicians of Byblos also exported their own tales concerning religion, and it is thought that the stories surrounding war in the heavens and an eternal battle between a great god of good and another deity of evil grew out of the Phoenician myths concerning their eternal war between Baal, god of the sky, and Yam, god of the sea. And the god Baal, god of the sky, he is directly tied in by many theorists to the ancient city of Baalbek, and Byblos is located pretty close to Baalbek, so that is something that makes sense. It says, this myth may have come from the Egyptian tale of the war between Osiris' son Horus and the dark god Set, or the transference may have gone from the Phoenicians to the Egyptians. The tale of the war in heaven related in the biblical book of Revelations bears many similarities to both these much older myths. In the same way, there are many motifs in the Bible borrowed by the scribes who wrote it from earlier tales of other cultures. So closely knit were the ties between Egypt and Byblos that some historians and scholars have claimed that Byblos was almost an Egyptian colony. Now I'm going to skip over to this website, and this is from a book called, what is this called? Dictionary of the Bible, and it says this about Byblos. It was the most important of the Phoenician cities from the beginning of recorded history down to about 1000 BC. Phoenicia was a meeting place of Mesopotamian, Egyptian, and in the second millennium BC, Mycenaean influences. These mixed influences are reflected in the hybrid character of Phoenician art, most examples of which have been found at Byblos. Egyptian influence, however, was predominant. The principal commercial goods handled at Byblos were Lebanese cedar and copper, which was exported to Egypt. In return, Byblos imported Egyptian papyrus, what they kept their stories and records on, which it sold throughout the Mediterranean, giving its name not only to the product, but also to the Greek word biblos, book, from which Bible is derived. The Egyptian influence was strong on the religion of Byblos, but the influence was reciprocal. Balet Gebal, the lady of Byblos, was identified with Hathor or Isis by the Egyptians. In the legend of Osiris, the coffin of Osiris was cast into the sea by his enemies and floated ashore at Byblos, where it was recovered by Isis. The native religion of Byblos was the cult of Baal, called by the Greeks Adonis, from whom the Egyptians identified with Osiris. So, Osiris's coffin washes ashore at Byblos, and Byblos is exactly where we get the name Bible. So I just think that's a pretty interesting tie-in from ancient Egyptian myth to Christianity, and I don't know, I just thought that was pretty cool. Hope you did too. Have a nice day.